Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm back. Italy was so beautiful, and it was a little bit different with the masks and everything, but it just reminded me how beautiful that country is, and I'm really looking forward to going back. So the only thing that I bought is this tube of paint. I went to an art store, especially, I mean, it wasn't like such a big detour or anything, but I went to an art store in Siena. We tried to avoid the large cities because of the COVID-19 situation, but we did go to Siena, so we didn't go to Florence. But yeah, I looked online for like an art store and I found something that looked cute. It ended up being kind of disappointing, and they only had like 2 tubes of paint from the My Mary Blue, which I was hoping to get a few tubes since it is Italian paint. Their whole line is single pigmented and it is vegan. But yeah, they only had like 2 tubes or something. One of them was burnt sienna, so I thought, okay, this was very fitting, and I bought it and I didn't really use it. Now I want to explain something. I'm going to title this video, the supplies that I took on my trip, but I traveled with my kids and I didn't have time to sketch on location. I'm not used to sketching and painting outside of my studio, so I'm really not an authority on, how to set up a travel kit or anything like that. Most of the painting that I did was in our hotel and house that we rented. So I had space and I didn't have to like figure out all the extra, difficulties or challenges of painting on location. So I want to make that clear. All of my painting I did in, on a table, in a room, or outside, something like that. We were with a car, and I didn't have to worry about weight. I had like kind of a big, heavy, tote bag for all of the art supplies. So this is by no means like a light, minimalistic kit. So I just want to make that clear so you're not disappointed, or, take all of that under consideration. But I still want to tell you what worked and what didn't, what I liked and what I didn't. And of course, we'll start with the Italy palette. I was talking in my Chatty flip through that I bought another one, and I got mine from Amazon. I think if you order it on AliExpress, you have an option also to get it with pans. I think on Amazon I didn't find that option, but I ordered another one and I might set this one for the autumn palette. I haven't decided. I love this palette so much. I wanted a backup just in case anything happened to it. So I still love it. The only issue that I experienced that was unexpected, and it's not the palette's fault, it's Amgram's fault. Amgram is just, it's a beautiful paint. Don't get me wrong. I think the quality is beautiful, and the problem is it's super sticky. It's honey-based paint, and it's really unsuitable, in my personal opinion, for travel. And I have here 1 Amgram paint, and I noticed when I put the palette like this, it started traveling, and after that I had to store it like this all the time, like horizontal, because if you put it on the vertical, slowly the paint just slides, and if I let it stay another day, it would just make a huge mess. So it's not the palette, it's Amgram. If you use it as a studio palette, it's not a problem because the wells are really, really deep. But for a travel palette, it's just, no more Amgrams for me if I know I'm going to be taking it, because then I have to pay extra attention to how I store it, which is, just unnecessary and annoying. I love the palette. I used it every single day. It's just fantastic. I I can't say enough good things about it. The price is right. It costs like $13 or something, and with international shipping I got it for like $20, you know, sent to Europe. And with Amazon global shipping, it goes fast. That's my issue with AliExpress, that I never know when I'm gonna get the stuff. So yeah, this is fantastic. Loved it, used it all the time. Now this palette I took for Lily. Lily painted with me almost every single day, so I took also supplies for her, and I decided I really like these small metal tins, and this is what I took for her. Another option that I considered, which I think it's one of the best budget palettes you can find. This is also from Amazon. These are called, I think, Mei Ling or something. On the box it says Pretty Excellent. This has 36 colors. They are beautiful. I don't know about light fasteners or any of that. It comes also with a water brush here. I give this set to my kids all the time, and I paint with Lily. She and I use it together, and I love this set. So if you're looking for something that, you know, you can really not care about, paint with your kids, enjoy, have fun, that has beautiful saturated transparent colors, I love this. I don't know if I'll do a monthly favorites, but I wanted to put this because I have been painting a lot with it together with Lily. So, but for this trip I wanted something a little bit smaller, so this is mostly the Jane Davenport Bright set. I think it was like the first she came out with, and I just added a few colors here just to make it a little bit more complete. But I didn't use it. Lily used it and she loved it. She used it with a water brush, which I think just works well for kids. And yeah, so this was a success. I wanted to take with me the Etcher Lab palette that I have used it outside painting a couple of times and in town, and I really love it, even though it's, you know, it's pretty heavy because it's a porcelain palette. But I decided to take the micro portable painter. I just, as I said, because I painted in like a hotel room, I never felt I didn't want to open it. I had my huge palette with all the colors. I'll show you what I put in it. I took it. I don't know if I ever used it. Maybe I used it one time. I have here white, buff titanium, cobalt violet, moon glow. This is, I think it's the Schmincke Brilliant Purple, which is very similar to Bright Rose from Holbein. It's ultramarine blue, and this is nickel azo yellow. So yeah, I don't know, I've used this a couple of times. I need to use it more to give you my final opinion. I'm not in love with it. Between these two, I love this one so much more. This one is really fun, and this one is just not for me, I think. So I didn't use it. Now, this one I sneak peeked it on a post, and I'm gonna open it, but I have a whole video swatching it. I did take it with me. As I said, I wasn't really limited by space or weight. So this is kind of the accents, special effects. All of these are metallic except one. I took it with me. I used it like a couple of times. To be perfectly honest with you, I kind of hid it from my kid. But eventually I got over myself, and I, you know, put it out there with all of the supplies. Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, but I'm keeping it real. So I did use it and I did like it. The only issue that I have with this type of thing is once you get your water contaminated with, you know, metallics and sparkly and everything, you kind of can't get rid of it. So you have to commit. But I'm going to do a separate video sharing my sketchbook pages that I did. I didn't do as much as I would have liked, but I did do some. So you can see how I used it. But yeah, I'm excited to share with you this palette, and I'm going to keep it as it is for future use. Another thing that I took was this. This is just from Jackson's. I think I got it. I think it was a present with some purchase at some point. And what I filled it with is the Derwent drawing pencils that I didn't take all of them, but this is the set, and you can see I think I took 20 or something. Yeah. And these are lovely. These are such, the colors are just earthy, but not, you know, too brown. So there's a lot of other colors here, and they are so soft and pigmented. They're really, really beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. And then I also, again, because I used all of my supplies, I want to say with my kids, but mostly it was Lily that was painting with me, my 4-year-old. And so I also took kind of this rainbow selection. This is a mixture of polychromos, Prismacolor, what is wrong? Where are my words? And Holbeins. And I think I used these a little bit more. I do regret not taking my watercolor pencils. I think I was just a bit precious with them, and I didn't want them to like break or fall or anything, but I wish I had taken them. I used these and I really enjoyed kind of sketching with them. I'm not as familiar or comfortable with pencils. I mostly work with watercolors or paint, so this is also kind of an exploratory experience for me. The sleeve thing, like this whole situation, obviously if you have the space, which I did have most of the time, it's nice, but I think I would have preferred just a second pencil case. I think so. It's just a bit, it just takes a little bit more space, and of course it displays the colors really nicely, but I think this would have been better. So moving on to this, I ordered this a little bit before we left from Amazon, and I have to tell you, I love this pencil case. So it has an opening here like a regular one, but I think what makes it really, really nice is this whole setup. I don't think it's like anything unique. I think you can find a lot of it, but I've never had one like this, and it works really, really well. So I'll just show you what I have in it. You can see how much it holds, but it still doesn't feel like it's exploding. And I can tell you also what I used and what I liked and everything. I decided to take only travel brushes, and I took 5. I used all of them, and I'll just show you. This one is the, what's it called? Midas Touch. And you can see this is like a flat brush. I don't know if there are like so many sorry, I got a bit of paint on my finger. If there are so many flat travel brushes, but I really enjoyed it. I think it's nice when you're painting outside that you don't get the pages like soaking wet, and that's always the problem with like the round synthetic fibers that are trying to imitate animal hair, that the brushes can hold a lot of water, and that's great for like a loose fluid style. But I really like to have also the option of picking up more pigment and less water, and for that this brush was really great. I have another one that has like the filbert edge to it. I don't know if that one is as useful. I think for like you know, cityscapes or buildings and stuff, it's nice to have that straight edge. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad I took it. Now the other one, the larger one that I took, is the Skoda Ultimo number 10. This is a beautiful kind of a workhorse brush, and I also used it and enjoyed it. It holds a lot of water. It does come to a nice tip. It's not like super, super sharp, but it's a really nice tip that the camera doesn't want to focus. So yeah, I also enjoyed this one. And then I have a smaller version. This is the number 6. I also ended up using this for just a bit smaller areas. And then this one is, I love this brush. I've used it so much in the last 2 months. This is the Leonard 76RO brush number 1. It's a quill, a travel brush that is like a quill brush which is not easy to find. And I have another one from, where are you? Somewhere it's here, from Da Vinci, the Casaneo line, and that one is really expensive. It's like 30 euros, I think, and it's really, it's just a lot bigger, and this for me is like a perfect size for a sketchbook, and I really loved it. And I was very happy that I took the travel brushes as opposed to like a roll of brushes. I didn't have to worry about the packaging or anything. I could just close it and take it with me. This one is a smaller one. This is a Raphael brush, and it has this beautiful rose gold case. And yeah, I don't know if I got so much use out of it. I think probably these four, but if you do detailed work and you want to add a bit more details, I said detail again, then this is a great option. I really am happy that I took them all. I took an eraser that I actually didn't use a lot, and I took a pencil sharpener, which I did use quite a bit. So, and there are like these two pockets here, so they're quite handy. I also took this Derwent liners. These are the sepia liners. The set has 3 different sizes, so I'll just show you this: the 01, the 0.3, and the 0.5